Stand for the pledge.
Dylan?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, welcome everybody, and thank Jerry for comedy night.
Can't complain about a cold tea.
Gentlemen, have a chance to look at the meeting, or the minutes from the last meeting.
I did.
I did as well.
I see no changes or corrections that I'd like to have made.
Nice. Same here. I move that we accept them.
I second that.
And I will say yes. We don't have financial tonight.
Nope.
So, Kristy, communications.
Pipeline Safety sent a survey that they would like for you guys to fill out and return. They send it every year to us. The Board of Elections sent their application for use of public buildings as polling places for the 5th day of November 2019 for the purpose of conducting an election, the precinct Deerfield Township A and B. The space must be ready for use no later than 5:45 a.m.
Do we need to approve that, Nancy?
No, that's just normal.
And then the Board of Elections notified us of the general election to be held also on Tuesday, November 5th, 2019. Election officials will report at 5:45 a.m. to set up the polling place. Polling places are open from 6:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. for voting. And attached is a list of the Deerfield Township precincts and polling locations for the upcoming elections, which is just Deerfield A and B will both be held here at the Town Hall.
Are you working at Nancy, or you'll unlock everything then for everything? Okay.
And that's all I have.
Randy?
I have nothing.
Ed?
Nothing additional.
I have one, and this is from the Portage County Board of Building Appeals, and that is for the big garage over on Fewtown. Basically, it tells us exactly what happened. The gentleman wanted to put this building up without a house, which they said no, so he appealed it. Said it was for personal use. This is what we have. Chris Maduri made the statement on behalf of the township, which he represents along with the county. He would have to object to the building of this structure due to the township complaints and the situation possibly ending up in court. Christopher Kirkpatrick stated there was no public at that last meeting objecting to it. Rick Porter felt more information was provided by the owner in relationship to the hardship would create in regards to the storage he needs for personal items. So Rick Porter made a motion to approve the variance, so they gave him a variance with the stipulation that the building meets the residential building code and he would receive an occupancy. Well, the building is not to be used for commercial purposes, and along with that is pictures, so if anybody wants to see, that pretty much looks like commercial. Randy Roberts is supposedly filing an injunction Friday, I believe.
He was working on a Friday when I talked to him, and it would be filed no later than today through the court. So they are going to ask the court that they
Revoke his
revoke
occupancy.
for that. Get all this equipment out of there, all this business-related stuff out of there. It's going to be a long time. We'll see how it goes, though. But this Randy Roberts is pretty serious about it. He feels that they were given not true information, or that variance never would have been granted for that building. So Charles Corcoran was the head of the building department when that happened. He's no longer with the county. The county
Okay.
has a building department head. Randy Roberts was there prior to, and he's back now, and he's going to pursue
And
this.
then
So,
Corcoran will be involved with this.
Yes, yeah.
Brought back into it,
yeah.
So that's what it is.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at right there. So, like I said, everybody was objecting to it up there and everything, and they went ahead and granted the variance against a lot of people's wishes. So we'll see where it goes.
Okay, fire department.
We were issued the FEMA grant of $51,971.42. I think we have to match at least 10%. It's all pretty new here. I found out Friday.
Okay,
I talked to her today.
it was 10%. And then this is the same folks from Alliance, correct?
The.
The original grant people, yes.
Yes.
What percentage do we have to?
I don't know. What we have to pay?
Yes,
10%.
to them.
I don't recall that yet.
Okay. Because if I'm not mistaken, there is a fee because,
She was supposed to send me all the
There
information.
is, but it wasn't to exceed
right, a certain
$3,000.
amount.
$3,000 or $3,500, not to exceed that
Right,
amount is
right. So-
what I remember about that.
Yeah.
Let's find out what that total is.
Well, she was emailing all while
Okay.
I was working on it before the fire, and
Yeah.
that kind of tied up a little my
Little bit.
afternoon.
But you got your grant, that's the important thing. and
Yeah.
Very good.
So I haven't got the breakdown yet of how many sets of gear, and then we're looking at a washer, extractor, and a dryer.
And that covers underneath the grant, correct?
Yeah.
So it's
And that was the commercial grade one.
51,972?
That'll be one designed for fire
that what you said?
equipment and stuff.
971.42. So like,
What was it again? Oh, okay.
51,971.42.
yeah.
And that's only gonna cost us 5197 for 10% and up to
$5,200, yeah. And then the
3,000, so 8,200 and getting 51,000,
That's pretty good.
52. That's really
Pretty good.
awesome.
We had 25 calls since the last meeting, and I don't have the breakdown.
It's okay.
We were kind of busy
A
this
little busy,
afternoon.
a little busy.
Yeah.
Had a fire run 224.
Yeah, just before the old Midwest fireworks.
Yep, electrical,
Electrical, just before Midwest fireworks.
Oh, okay.
left-hand side.
The whole house
Before
that sits
Notman,
there.
and we all see Notman roads being worked
Yeah,
on, so,
yeah.
okay. All right, is that all you got?
That's all I think Ryan wants to talk about his future here.
In March, I took a leave of absence to kind of clear up some personal things I was going through. Different legal things and whatnot that could have hindered my future here, and I've got everything taken care of. I'd like to propose lifting my personal leave of absence. I'd like to come back. I've got everything cleared up, and I'm willing to do anything that you guys see fit to ensure.
Well,
Do you have any documentation to any of this?
I have, documentation at home I can provide.
okay, well, I think at this point, so we can talk to, we'll table it until our next meeting, until we get a chance to talk to Brian and figure out where were we at before that. I didn't know that we had a leave of absence. The last I heard from Brian was that he tried to make several contacts with you several times, and you've never responded to him, is what?
Until the, like, when we talked about he was supposed to be at the meeting. That's
Right,
when I
but
finally-
prior to
yes.
that, for a long time, you said you tried
I
to
was
make,
unable to get a hold of him.
correct. So, all right, so.
Prior to the next meeting, we need any and all documentation you have for anything that you just told us right here, so that we have time to look it over prior to the next meeting. Can you get that to Brian, and then
Yeah,
we'll make sure we get it off of Brian and everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
What else, Brian?
We need the boys to check the brakes on the ambulance.
Brakes on the
I
ambulance?
think the rear, I think it's starting to, I think the squealer's starting to hit. That's it.
Rear especially.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I have. We've been using everything pretty heavily lately.
yeah, you have it.
We spent a little time in Sebring for their industrial fire.
Yep.
Okay.
That was all difficult. Johnson Road was being paved and everything, and while that was going on, and nobody could work it down or anything. But
Figures.
that happens.
One day.
I mean,
Was that just on the other side of the tracks, right next to Salem Republic Rubber down that way, and then BFW or whatever that is, or
No, you're on the wrong end of the
No.
road.
I'm on
You're
down
off of
past,
12th Street.
Just crossed 12th Street. Then there
It
was
was between
Sebring
12th Street and 15th
Yeah.
Street.
what's next, the guy's name, that has the car place down there, the tire shop? Is it right
Springer.
there?
Springer.
Springer, right by
Yeah,
Springer?
just right by there.
Okay.
It was the old plastics plant.
I think it's called Seabreeze Plastics.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, road and bridges.
Okay, road department, since last meeting, we've got Ragnar Road chipped and sealed, we've got Johnson Road resurfaced. After another week or two of driving on the road and everything, they're going to come back and chip and seal Johnson Road. Then they're going to come back and put berm material on it. We got our new bridge, our new culvert in, what's that road?
Carter's Ford.
Carter's Ford Road. We've been working with the Corps of Engineers for 2 or 3 years. They finally coughed up the money to buy all the materials and everything they had a little bridge, we called it a bridge across the creek, had like a 24 by 18 built out of sandstone. We tore all that out and put a 5-foot culvert in there. So there'll never be a problem with them being flooded or anything in there, hopefully. 5 foot's pretty good, so. That was a big project. The guys come in early in the morning, got it up, they told everybody to be closed 7 to 7, they had it open about 2:30 again. Not done 100%, of course, still some cleaning up to do and stuff, but the road is there and the neighbors are happy. So that's those 3 projects are done right there, and that's an ongoing project too. It's gonna keep settling around it, and they'll have to go down once a week and keep putting 304 there and stuff while it settles. Yes, Carol?
Want to know if I can have the middle road painted, so I can see going down it?
Well, not long as the loose gravel's on there.
No, okay, so how long?
I don't know how long it's gonna take to get the loose gravel off there.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
we're
it's just loose gravel now. If we
Yeah.
painted it, it'd be gone in 2 days,
Yeah.
so. But, yeah, I think there is plans of,
Okay, I just
Going
want to make
out
sure there's
striping.
plans, because when.
yeah, striping's there, but it's just,
And I'm not,
whenever the stone gets worn off, then we
Yeah,
can do it.
now,
Oh, I understand, yeah.
I think, the county did that when I think Johnson, that was in the bid, they will set that, chip and seal over top of what we have now. And I do believe they sweep it, directly after that. They did it on Bonner, they did the same thing with Montown after they laid it, then they swept it, then they striped it. But
Okay,
the county did Wagner, so that's not how that process goes on Wagner.
But there is plans to center stripe it and stuff whenever we can, so.
okay.
Especially at night, that'd be hard, that's hard driving.
Or fog,
Or fog.
yeah,
Yep, we'll work on that, we'll get it done.
okay.
But it's a big improvement to what it was.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Road department, that's about, actually, the stone's all staged up behind Fruitlands Market for Johnson Road. That's what all that stone is up there for Johnson Road, so. That's about all I have on that.
Building, they never accepted a building according to county.
So let's see. That's pretty much it. Anybody have anything?
What's the update on cemetery?
Pardon me?
Update on cemetery?
Cemetery, as far as what, the trenching of the pipe? It's on schedule, we'll get there, we had these big projects, so, that's probably next in line, so within the next week or 2, I would imagine,
Okay.
we'll get to
When
that.
are the guys, do we know when the guys are gonna be going to do the cleaning and all of that stuff?
No, we haven't even talked about that yet because of all this, but I'll find out and
Okay.
Yeah,
let you
I
know.
think we ordered, Mikey ordered new signs, for the cemeteries, with exceptions of the new rules. Now, the flower thing is going to be the same as what it was. I don't have my phone because I took pictures of that. But the,
October 1st and April 1st?
that's correct. So that'll be when the flowers will be done, so.
Okay.
I would imagine, now, we have a part-time gentleman, Ed's brother had the heart attack, the bypass and all that, so we hired another part-time gentleman. And he's been picking up if you guys have been in the cemetery, he's been putting the old stones up that have been falling over and busted and cracked, so he's working on that, getting those put back up. And I would imagine the ditch and the trenching would be in the next couple of weeks.
Do they have to schedule it for them? Because I had mentioned something about they were gonna go in with the machinery and move all the ones that were bumped off of the platforms or off of the foundations to move those back. Is that like?
Who told you that?
Yeah, who told?
Mikey did, when
I
we were there.
I know nothing of that either.
I haven't heard
Okay, so
anything
is that
about that.
something that they need to, like, is that something they have to schedule in, like, when they do that, or is that just something that they?
No, that'd just be something they'll do at that time. I don't really know that they're gonna need to move anything. I mean,
Use
if
the
there's some
bucket.
of them moved, obviously they'll put them back, but to
Use
put
it.
that ditch in, I don't think we need to move anything.
No,
No, I mean the ones from like where they mowed,
Oh, where they mowed?
yeah, and they knocked them off the foundations.
Well, they're working on that. Like I say, Buddy's been working on that, the new guy. He's been,
Okay,
told to straighten everything out as much when he sees it. If you can't do it, then mark them down and we'll get to them.
okay.
Yep.
And the other foundations are supposed to go in sometime.
Sometime the first couple
October.
weeks of October. We've only got 2. Do we have your size that you need?
Yeah,
for-
they
okay.
have all of our stuff.
Okay, you're one of the 2 we have, so.
Yeah, they
We don't have
actually
any more than the
changed-
2, do we,
They
Nancy?
changed the size.
Still only 2, don't we?
They changed the size of it, but they were supposed to have sent that over. So
Okay,
I will double check with Kevin. I called him actually today, but got his answering machine, so I left him a message and hopefully I'll hear from him tomorrow.
okay. That'll work.
Hey stranger, you made it to a meeting, huh?
I keep telling you, I'm not any stranger than you are.
Is it Halloween time?
Thank God she
That's
moved
why I'm
away.
here.
That's what I thought.
So we already said Halloween, I believe, did we not? Yes, we did, the Sunday, you weren't
That
here.
scares me.
Well, you know, I was gonna tell you, but you don't wave when I wave at you in the school bus.
No, I
so-
look that way.
I know, you know, so I was gonna try to get your attention to tell you when. It's the Sunday before Halloween. Halloween, I think, is on a Wednesday, and we said it that,
October 27th, I believe.
yes, it is from 1 to 3. So,
I'm very proud of you guys.
well, we need you to take over from here, so thank you. We're proud of you for coming.
You saved us a phone call.
That's right. So, you tell us what you need.
I actually had a trick or treat.
Winning lottery tickets.
Van pull in the driveway and dump a bunch of old.
Okay, anybody else have anything? I see some,
Question.
yes, yes ma'am?
Dogs
Is there
run.
anything going on with the zoning at all? Is it a dead deal? Is
As
there
far as I know, it
happening?
is. It's not going to be on the ballot. That I can tell you,
Okay,
so.
thank you.
Other than that, it's really not a township endeavor, it was a group's endeavor,
Yeah,
so,
I
but
know.
it's not going to be in the ballot, so, in the foreseeable future. That's really all we know about it, but it won't be in the ballot.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody? Okay,
I'll make a motion, we adjourn our meeting and pay our bills.
Second.
yes. Thank you all.
Where are you working now?
Big Rockwell.